exchange and financial institution. Open economy or balance of payment. The open economy interact with nation via trade in goods, service, financial assets. Singapore closed economy, no linkage with rest of world. Output market linkage, trade in goods and service with other country. Financial market linkage, ability to buy sell financial asset across country. Labor market linkage, firm choose production location, workers choose where to work. Leakage and withdrawal, Indian buying foreign goods, spending escape circular flow, reduce aggregate demand. Injection, export to foreign, enters circular flow, increase aggregate demand. Balance of payment, systematic record of all economic transactions between resident of a country and rest of the world during financial year. Component, current account, capital account, financial account. India clubs financial account under capital account. Autonomous transaction, export import FDI inflow independent of BOP balancing. Accommodating transaction, address gap in BOP. Error and omission, third element of BOP beside current and capital account to reflect inaccuracies in recording international transaction. Current account, record flow of goods, services, income exclude capital financial transaction. Visible trade, export and import of goods. Invisible service and factor income transfer, no physical good. Factor income, earning from factor of production, base rent, interest, dividend. Non-factor service like tourism, transportation, IT export, foreign visitor to Commonwealth game export. Transfer, current account, one-way flow, remittance, grant, foreign aid. CAD for current account deficit, trade gap, export minus import plus net current transfer plus net factor income. CAD versus surplus, deficit, import greater than export, nation borrows. Surplus, export greater than import, nation lend. Factor influencing CAD, exchange rate movement, domestic consumption, import dependency. Capital inflow and saving rate, relative inflation, policy intervention, policy step to reduce CAD, PLI scheme to boost export, currency का devaluation, attracting FDI, FY, renewable energy push to cut crude import. India's top import crude oil, gold, electronic goods. Top serves China, USA, UAE, Saudi Arabia. Remittance survey, RBI, sixth round. India rank 1 largest from USA. Capital account track flow of capital into out of country by investment and loan. FDI, long term investment with management control ownership. Greater than 10% stake FDI, less than or equal to 10% FPI per RBI or SEBI. FPI, short term investment in financial asset like stock, bond. External assistance, bilateral, multilateral loan. Trade credit, short term credit for the trade transaction. ECB, external commercial borrowing, loan raised by Indian entities from foreign lender regulated by RBI. India's low dependence on short-term. ECB gives immunity from global finance crisis. FCCB, foreign currency convertible bond, debt instrument convertible into equity at a predetermined price. Issue in foreign currency, carries fixed interest rate. NRI deposit by NRI in Indian bank. Capital account deficit, surplus deficit, higher outflow for acquiring foreign asset. Surplus inflow from sale or borrowing against domestic asset. Classification of transaction, loan recorded in capital account, interest current account में, गिफ्ट एंड ग्रांट करेंट अकाउंट में, रेमिटेंस करेंट अकाउंट में. Convertibility, currency convertibility, degree to which domestic money can convert into currency. Gold, current account, free exchange for trade in goods, services, income. Sukhmoy Chakrabarti Committee, advocate, current account convertibility. Narasimhan Committee, current account convertibility. Capital account convertibility, partial convertibility with relation of foreign invest. Tarapur Committee, fiscal deficit. 3.5% of GDP से कम, इन्फ्लेशन 5% से, ग्रॉस NPA 5% से कम, एडिक्वेट फॉरेक्स रिजर्व। तारापुर कमेटी 2006 में, स्ट्रेंथनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन, ECB लिबरलाइजेशन, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व और एक्सचेंज रेट, फॉरेक्स रिजर्व एसेट हेल्ड बाय RBI to manage currency stability and external obligation. Import cover, forex reserve divided by monthly import expenditure in month, indicator of foreign reserve adequacy, forex reserve composition, foreign currency asset, largest share USD, euro, yen, gold reserve, SDR, IM created reserve asset, reserve range position, part of IM quota for immediate withdrawal, external debt borrowing from foreign creditors, short-term debt maturity less than or equal to 1 year, long-term maturity 1 year से बड़ा, sovereign debt government bond issued in foreign currency, debt service ratio of debt service payment principal plus interest to export earning lower or healthier. India's external borrowing, largest component commercial borrowing, dominant currency USD, yen, euro. Currency crisis, sharp currency depreciation causing economic instability, linked to low forex reserve, high external debt, adverse condition, foreign exchange rate, value of one current currency in term of another, fixed rate, government set currency value, devaluation boost export, flexible market driven by demand supply, managed floating rate, central bank intervene to stabilize volatility, pegged float, pegged to a currency basket with limited fluctuation, exchange rate determinants demand and supply, high demand appreciate currency, interest rate higher attract investment, strengthen currency, inflation, low inflation stabilize, high inflation weaken currency, REER PAP, nominal effective exchange rate, weighted average of a currency exchange rate relative to a basket currency, inflation not adjusted, reflect external face value currency strength, high index value imply that currency is stronger relative to its basket, real effective exchange rate, NEER into domestic price index divided by foreign price index, adjust NEER for inflation difference, adjust for inflation, reflect true international trade competition. High index value imply that exports are overpriced and losing in competitiveness. Rising REER effect indicate real appreciation, make export relatively costlier, less competitive. Purchasing power parity compares currency based on cost of common basket of food. India ranked third largest economy in PPA. Currency swap exchange of cash flow in different currency, medium to long term. Principal exchange interest paid in different currency. Forex swap short term principal exchange interest in single currency. Interest rate swap exchange fixed or floating interest payment, medium to long term. ADR American Depository Receipt, negotiable certificate issued by USA Bank for foreign company. GDR Global Depository Receipt certified by International Bank for foreign share. P note participatory note, let foreign investor invest in India securities without registering with SEBI, issued by FII, scrutinized for money laundering and tax evasion. Evasion is masala bond, rupee denominated bond issued outside India, reduce currency risk for Indian user. HDFC NTPC trade agreement, PTA preferential trade agreement, reduce tariff on select product. FTA free trade agreement, eliminate reduced tariff on most goods service. SAFTA South Asian Free Trade Area, reduce tariff for SAARC international trade. CISA or SEPA Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Partnership Agreement, cover goods service investment IP. India Singapore CESA, India EU SEPA, India Japan SEPA. Custom Union remove trade barrier plus common external tariff among member. India not member of EU is an example. Custom market, custom union plus free movement of labor capital. European economic area is an example. 30 members 27 EU is 3 EFTA state. Switzerland member of IFTA. Economic union, common market, harmonized policies, common currency. Eurozone is an example. G government trade scheme निर्यात ऋण विकास योजना by ECGC. Export credit guarantee export corporation insurance company for exporter entirely owned by government of India. Export credit insurance SCIS service export from India scheme. Duty credit script digitally government give to exporter. SEZ स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन अंडर SEZ एक्ट 2005 एक्सपोर्ट हब ट्रेड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फॉर एक्सपोर्ट स्कीम फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस टू बिल्ड एक्सपोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपोर्ट पॉलिसी 2018 एम्स टू डबल एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपोर्ट इंक्रीज इंडियाज ग्लोबल एग्री एक्सपोर्ट शेयर रोड टेप रिमिशन ऑफ ड्यूटी एंड टैक्स ऑन एक्सपोर्ट प्रोडक्ट रिप्लेस बाय MEIS रिम्बर्स एम्बेडेड टैक्स ड्यूटी इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन ब्रेटन वुड कॉन्फ्रेंस 1944 में 1 जुलाई से 22 जुलाई तक 1944 माउंट वाशिंगटन होटल में USA 44 अलाइड नेशन की फिगर जेम किनीज UK हैरी डेक्स्टर वाइट USA गोल्ड स्टेबल पोस्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर II मॉनेटरी सिस्टम फिक्स एक्सचेंज रेट ब्रेटन वुड करेंसी पेग टू USD convertible to gold prevented competitive devaluation. World Bank Group 1944 ब्रिटेन वुड का रिड्यूस पॉवर्टी प्रमोट सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट 179 मेंबर कंट्री IBRD डेवलपमेंट लोन फॉर मिडिल इनकम कंट्री फोकस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ग्रोथ IDA 1960 कंसेशनल लोन फॉर पुअरेस्ट कंट्री फोकस पॉवर्टी रिडक्शन सोशल सेक्टर IFC 1956 प्राइवेट सेक्टर ग्रोथ फंडिंग फोकस ऑन प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट मीगा 1988 पॉलिटिकल रिस्क इंश्योरेंस फोकस ऑन FDI एस्टेब्लिश ICSID 1966 एब्रिएशन फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट सपोर्ट इंडिया इज नॉट मेंबर ऑफ WBC वर्ल्ड बैंक शेयर होल्डिंग USA लार्जेस्ट शेयर होल्डर जापान जर्मनी UK फ्रांस वर्ल्ड बैंक रिपोर्ट ह्यूमन कैपिटल इंडेक्स वर्ल्ड डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट इज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक पर्सपेक्टिव रिपोर्ट पॉवर्टी एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी रिपोर्ट इंटरनेशनल डेट रिपोर्ट लॉजिस्टिक परफॉर्मेंस इंडेक्स वर्ल्ड वाइड गवर्नेंस इंडिकेटर वर्ल्ड डेवलपमेंट इंडिकेटर बिजनेस रेडी बी रेडी IMF 1944 में ब्रिटेन वुड हेड क्वार्टर वाशिंगटन DC प्रमोट मॉनेटरी कॉपरेशन एक्सचेंज रेट स्टेबिलिटी BOP सपोर्ट IMF ऑब्जेक्टिव फोस्टर मनी cooperation, secure financial stability, promote employment, reduce poverty, ensure exchange rate stability and reliable payment system. IMF key function financial assistance, BOP support with conditions, surveillance, capacity development, board of governor, main decision making body, one governor per member nation, approve quota review, new membership. IMFC International Monetary and Financial Committee discuss global economic management advice on IMF operation. Development Committee focus on economic development in emerging or developing country. IMF quota based on GDP 50%, openness 30%, economic variability 15%, international reserve 5%, determine voting power and resource access. Top IMF shareholder the USA, Japan, China, Germany, France, India rank 8 in quota size and voting power. SDR special drawing right, not a currency, does not represent a claim on IMF itself. Instead, it acts as a potential claim on the freely usable currency of IMF member state. Reserve asset created in 1969 to supplement member forex reserve value. Basket of 5 country currency USD, Euro, Chinese renminbi, Japanese yen, British pound sterling. Descending order reviewed into every 5 years. IMF bailout, financial support for serve economic crisis, condition on fiscal discipline, transparency, structural regulatory reform. IMF founding member India and IMF 1945 received post-partition adjustment loan. 1965 71 crisis loan, 1990 emergency loan has not required IMF assistance in 1993. IMF lending facility SBA, a standby arrangement, short-term BOP crisis support, repay 3/4 by 5 years. FCL flexible credit line for strong fundamental country, pre-qualification, no ongoing condition, repay 3 से 5 year. Precautionary and liquidity line, moderate vulnerability countries, repay 3 से 5. Extended fund facility, medium or long term. Structural BOP support, require structural reform, 4 half and से 10 year तक में repay. Rapid financing instrument, urgent BOP need emergency, no ex post conditionality, 3 half से 5 साल. RCF, rapid credit facility, concessional rapid aid for low income country, 5 half से 10 year तक. TIM, trade integration mechanism, PRGT, poverty reduction and growth trust, concessional support of low income country, 5 half से 10 तक. Reserve transposition, represent the portion of a member country IMF quota that the country can access unconditionality, immediately and entirely interest free. WTO, sole global body for trade rule between nations, 1 Jan 1995, सक्सेसर टू गेट, पोस्ट उरुग्वे राउंड 1986 से 94. मेंबरशिप 166 मेंबर है इंक्लूडिंग EU, 22 ऑब्जर्वर कंट्री, ईरान, इराक, भूटान, लीबिया. WTO expanded scope versus GATT, add GATS, service trade, TRIPS, IP right, robust dispute settlement. GATT has 1947 post World War II tariff quota reduction framework, provisional unit. ITO, International Trade Organization, proposed third Bretton Woods pillar drafted in Havana Charter 1948 fell due to US Senate non-ratification. WTO principle, non-discrimination, reciprocity, market access, rule-based trading system, economic development, trade dispute resolution, national treatment. WTO structure, ministerial conference, highest decision making body, meet every 2 years, includes all members. General Council, Geneva, highest level body between ministerial conference, also trade, act as trade policy review. Dispute settlement body, DSB, good service trips council report. General Council manage respective trade agreement area, DSB. Dispute settlement body, resolve member dispute under DSU. Appellate body 1995 में से DSU आर्टिकल 17 7 member handles appeal for panel report, non functional since 2019. Challenges, appellate body paralyze, Doha development agenda stalemate, rise of RTA, SNDT, dispute, special and differential treatment criteria. Other challenge, ineffectiveness of non-digital trade, e-commerce, consensus mechanism, stall decision. WTO agreement on agriculture, AO, 3 pillar market access, domestic support or export subsidy. Market access, reduce tariff, non-tariff barrier, developing country get more flexibility. SSM, special safeguard mechanism, allow extra duty against import surge. Green box, non-trade distorting subsidy, research-based control. Blue box, production limiting subsidies, less trade, common in EU. Amber box, trade distorting subsidy, subject to reduction. India's MSP falls here. De minimis, minimal trade distorting support, export subsidy. Developed nation eliminated post 2015. पीस क्लाउज बाली 2013 प्रोटेक्ट डेवलपिंग कंट्री लाइक इंडिया फ्रॉम WTO डिस्प्यूटिव फूड सिक्योरिटी सब्सिडी लिमिटेड abridged MSP minimum support price guarantee farmer fixed crop price fall under amber box. India's rising MSP often breach permissible limit. WTO safeguard anti-dumping measure counteract dumping selling below home market price. India's anti-dumping duty on China is still upheld. Countervailing measure counteract foreign subsidy impact. India versus US dollar. Safeguard measure emergency protection from import surges. GATT 1994 provision all tariff quota and under condition. TRIMS trade related investment measure. GATT Article 20 public health safety environment exception. SPS agreement sanitary and phytosanitary measure for food animal plant safety. WTO related term dumping selling goods below home market price often triggering anti-dumping duty. Anti-dumping duty validity 5 years unless revoked early or extended via consent. Sunset review to decide if anti-duty should continue. Directorate General of Trade Remedy administer anti-dumping. G33 Forum of Developing Country 47 members including India. Friend of Special Product IPR Intellectual Property Right. IPR exclusive right to creators over invention, literary work, trademark, grounded in Article 27 of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Copyright protect literary or artistic musical work last 50 plus years after creator death. India author's life plus 60 years. Trademark protect distinctive sign, logos, protection of last indefinitely will distinct. Geographical indication identify goods linked to geographical origin. Darjeeling tea. Patent protect invention exclusive right for 20 years from filing. Needs novelty plus industrial applicability. Industrial design protect visual design with aesthetic value. Trade secret protect confidential business. Layout design topographies protect integrated circuit layout. Plant variety trips require protection. Evergreening often new patent for minor modification to extend patent life beyond 20 years. Compulsory licensing lets a country use a patented product without patent holder consent. Global IP Convention Paris Convention 1883 में oldest IP treaty. Berne Convention 1886 TRIPS 1995. WIPO World Intellectual Property Organization UN Specialized Agency since 1967. India member since 1975. PCT Patent Cooperation Treaty. WIPO Mechanism for International Patent Application. Madrid Protocol. WIPO Mechanism for International Trademark Registration. Hague Agreement. WIPO Mechanism for International Industrial Design Protection. World IP Day April 26 celebrated by WIPO. India's IPR framework पेटेंट एक्ट 1970 अमेंडेड 2005. BCR पेटेंट प्रोटेक्शन पेटेंट अमेंडमेंट रूल 2021. फी रिडक्शन फॉर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन. कॉपीराइट एक्ट 1957 प्रोटेक्ट लिटरेरी ड्रामा टर्म ऑथर्स लाइफ प्लस 60 ईयर. ट्रेडमार्क एक्ट 1999 रेगुलेट रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोटेक्शन एनफोर्समेंट ऑफ ट्रेडमार्क. डिजाइन एक्ट protect visual design extendable 5 year. GI of Goods Registration Protection Act 1999 govern GI registration in India. Semiconductor IC layout design act 2000 protect integrated circuit layout design. Protection of plant variety and farmers right act 2001. Trade Secret India, no dedicated law. CGPDTM, Control General of Patent, Design and Trademark. Commerce Ministry or Authority for GI registration in India. GI tag Basmati rice, Punjab, Haryana, UP, Darjeeling, West Bengal. Darjeeling tea, Chanderi fabric, MP. Mysore silk, Karnataka. Kullu shawl, Himachal Pradesh. Kangra tea, Himachal Pradesh. Multilateral organization. NDB, नेशनल डेवलपमेंट बैंक 2014 ब्रिक्स हेडक्वार्टर संघाई. इक्वल वोटिंग फॉर फाउंडर इंडिया 18.98 फंडेड मुंबई मेट्रो. दिल्ली गाजियाबाद मेरठ रेल. एससीओ संघाई कॉरपोरेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 2001 हेडक्वार्टर बीजिंग. पॉलिटिकल इकोनॉमिक मिलिट्री अलायंस 10 मेंबर इंक्लूडिंग इंडिया, चाइना, रशिया, पाकिस्तान. इंडिया फोकस ऑन INST कनेक्टिविटी. IPEF इंडो पैसिफिक इकोनॉमिक फ्रेमवर्क लॉन्च्ड मई 2022 बाई US. 14 मेंबर इंक्लूडिंग इंडिया. 4 पिलर ट्रेड, सप्लाई चेन, क्लीन एनर्जी, फेयर इकोनॉमी. इंडिया ऑप्टेड आउट ऑफ ट्रेड पिलर. B3W बिल्ड बैक बेटर वर्ल्ड लॉन्च 2021 बाई G7. काउंटर चाइना BRI फंड्स इंफ्रा इन लो मिडल इनकम कंट्री. ब्लू डॉट नेटवर्क लॉन्च 19 बाई USA, जापान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया. सर्टिफाई इंफ्रा प्रोजेक्ट ऑन ट्रांसपेरेंसी सस्टेनेबिलिटी. OECD 1961 प्रमोट ग्रोथ ट्रेड पॉलिसी. 38 हाई इनकम मेंबर. इंडिया नॉट मेंबर. पार्टनर की पार्टनर बेटर लाइफ इंडेक्स इकोनॉमिक आउटलुक. AIIB एशियन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक 2015 हेडक्वार्टर बीजिंग. 106 मेंबर. इंडिया सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट शेयर होल्डर. 8 रेगुलेटरी बोर्ड. 20 बैंक ऑफ इंटरनेशनल सेटलमेंट 1930 हेडक्वार्टर बेसल, स्विट्जरलैंड. बैंक फॉर सेंट्रल बैंक 60 मेंबर. इंडिया इंक्लूडिंग FSB. फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी बोर्ड 2009 अंडर G20. इंडिया रिप्रेजेंटेड बाई RBI. फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर. सेबी. एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक 1966 हेडक्वार्टर मनीला. फोस्टर एशिया पैसिफिक सोशियो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट. फंडेड ईस्ट कोस्ट इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर. बैंगलोर मेट्रो. EIB यूरोपियन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक एस्टेब्लिश्ड 1958 हेडक्वार्टर लक्जमबर्ग. लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंसिंग फॉर सस्टेनेबल प्रोजेक्ट. फंडेड बैंगलोर मेट्रो फेज 2. GCF ग्रीन क्लाइमेट फंड 2010. UNFCCC फाइनेंस क्लाइमेट मिटिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट. फंडेड MP सोलर पावर प्रोजेक्ट. UNIDO UN इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 1966 वियना. प्रमोट इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट. फंडेड MSME एनर्जी इफिशिएंसी और इको इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क. UNECTAD UN कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑन ट्रेड एंड डेवलपमेंट 1964 इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपिंग कंट्री ऑन into global economy. 195 member. World Investment Report, Trade and Development Report. JICA Japan International Cooperation Agency 1974 funded Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train. Delhi Metro. Voting share. IMF India's 2.75 quota. Best top USA, Japan, China, Germany. World Bank India 3.2 based on capital subscription. NDB India to 20% equilibrium equal for all BRICS. ADB India 6.3. Japan USA share leadership. AIB India 7.6 second largest after China.